Hey, what's up, Cloudways fans? Brent Weaver here, Agency Maverick. We've got an amazing program for you today. We're going to be featuring an agency. We're going to be talking to the founder of E-innovate, an agency based out of the UK. Karim Salama is going to be joining us. They've got over 120 clients. They're currently using Cloudways for their digital agency. They have an 8-person agency. They've got clients like the National Center for Domestic Violence out of the UK, as well as the National Legal Service agency out of the United Kingdom as well. And interestingly enough, they have had over 98% client retention in the last 3 years, which has helped them to grow their agency by over 600% in terms of their revenue growth. Karim, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Brent. How are you?
Very good. So you've been using Cloudways now for a couple of years. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing prior to using Cloudways as kind of your agency hosting platform.
Absolutely. So, prior to using Cloudways, we kind of went down the VPS route. So what we were doing is we were kind of renting VPS servers. We were managing the allocations ourselves. We were doing the maintenance on those servers ourselves. It was all quite a bit of an operation, actually. And one of the things that we found is when we started to scale as a business and pick up more clients, we were spending a lot of time dealing with technical issues. And as a kind of a small agency, that started to become quite difficult for us. So, after a bit of searching around, we came across Cloudways. And fortunately, to be honest, Brent, we haven't had to look back. We've had a great service from Cloudways. It makes our life so much easier. The support, more importantly than anything, has actually been second to none. I'm extremely impressed with the response that Cloudways support give you. Honestly, they really are incredible.
So you mentioned your team was dealing with a lot of technical stuff prior to Cloudways. Any specific examples of like things that you were having to maybe spend more time on than you would have liked?
Absolutely. I can tell you, so one of the things that Cloudways is incredible for is the account segregation. So, we work a lot on WordPress, and one of the things with WordPress is that if a website can get compromised, when it's on that traditional VPS server, it can then have that ripple on effect to other accounts. And we started to notice that quite a lot with websites getting compromised, and it sort of had an entire ripple effect across other accounts, and that was becoming a real problem for us. So to be honest with you, it was that feature alone that Cloudways had that initially made me kind of jump over the edge, give them a try. And to be honest, now we've been using them for 2 years. It's so easy. Another thing to just highlight there is when it comes to deploying staging websites, getting those live, testing them. The facilities that Cloudways has for that alone just saves us hours on end. So it's incredible.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the types of websites that your team at E-innovate is building. Are these like simple kind of copy paste brochureware websites? Do they have a few moving parts on them?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. So I guess when we started to use Cloudways, we were doing small websites. These are brochure websites, your kind of small, medium-sized enterprises here in the UK. And then we started to get a little bit of interest from larger clients, and that was purely through word of mouth and stuff that they had heard we were doing with other clients. And honestly, as soon as we started replicating what we were doing for these larger clients, having Cloudways and having that support on the hosting side just meant that we would have the absolute confidence to get on with the work that we were doing and not have to worry about the technical issues that could arise from technical issues arise from anything in this industry that we're in.
Yeah. So how does your team interact with the platform? Are you kind of the main point of contact, the bottleneck within Cloudways? Is your team engaging with support as well?
Oh, the great thing about Cloudways is the fact that the team members can, jump on there. I can create them user accounts. They have access to our account. They have full permission to the support network. One of the other things that I really like about Cloudways is you can offer guest access to a lot of, third-party developers or colleagues that you might use outside of your organization. So being able to do that gives us, real fluidity in providing access to the relevant accounts that people need. Honestly, it's really is helpful. And we found that, the team, especially on the support side, find it time saving. I mean, any issues I used to previously have to kind of deal with them. Now, you've got the simple support widget in Cloudways. Anyone in the team can click that. And to be honest with you, most of the support issues are sorted within a few minutes. So couldn't be happier.
So in terms of using the live chat just directly in the platform, getting those issues solved quickly, I mean, what are some of the challenges that your team has had as you've served some bigger and some busier websites, these kind of larger clients that you're getting now? I mean, what are some of those specific challenges that you guys have that you need that kind of assistance on?
Well, I mean, as a small agency, it's often quite difficult for a large organization to trust their entire infrastructure in, a small digital agency like us. 2 years ago, let's take this back to when I was using VPSs, I was trying to really make it seem like our agency was a lot bigger than it was. We manage this hosting, we maintain these servers, we do everything. And, I think for a while, I thought that was the right way to go until I started interacting with these larger clients. And a lot of these clients said to me, it's the infrastructure side, it's the downtime that causes them most of the issues. So, the way that I pitch our services now, I don't claim to have the best hosting. I don't say that I've got the best servers, and you should host with me. I'm extremely proud to be a Cloudways partner. And, Cloudways have a really good reputation, especially now in the WordPress area. So the fact that we are supported by such a large company being Cloudways, it's actually a unique selling point to us and our services, because it makes us more credible. It makes us more honest, and a lot of our clients see that as a huge benefit.
I know when I mentioned your intro, your agency currently has 98% retention over the last few years, which I just want to first, compliment you, because that shows that you're not just, winning business and growing your agency, but you're obviously providing a very high level of service, that your clients are sticking with you. They're getting results. What are some things that at a big picture level, obviously we've talked a lot about Cloudways today, but, how is your agency approaching your clients to get them to stay with you for such a long period of time?
Well, this is a really good question, Brent, because, if you'd asked me the same thing, 3-4 years ago, I would have been the naive business owner going for volume, right? It was all about having the biggest numbers, the most amount of clients. And, I thought at the time that was the measure of success. But, now we grow with our clients. We like to have a really tight relationship with our clients. We integrate with their team. We're part of that marketing team. We're present in those meetings that they've got. We're part of the planning. So, when you get to the point of really integrating yourself with a client, you essentially become invaluable to them. It's extremely difficult for them to then replace you. And if you're bringing along all this expertise, all these benefits, that they're seeing, and you're making their life a lot easier, they stick with you. And, that's how we've kind of done it over the past few years, especially at the start of the pandemic. There are a lot of businesses, they needed support online. And a lot of the things that we did, we tried to take a relaxed approach. We understood that the whole industry had kind of gone everywhere. There were a lot of agencies inundated with work. And one of the things that we did was we approached local businesses and we said, look, if you guys need support moving online, we'll help you and we won't charge you to do that. So what that did is it actually helped us build a local reputation amongst business owners as the agency that were willing to help and to give more than you're expecting to give back. Unfortunately for us, over the past couple of years, that's resulted in big increases in revenue and a very successful agency with some very happy clients that I'm extremely proud of.
That's awesome, Karim. Sorry, I'm not, for some reason my video is not moving off. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, Karim. So that's awesome, man. I love hearing that that growth resulted from doing some really good things in your local market. I mean, that's like a true win-win, abundant mindset kind of approach.
Absolutely, man. And the only thing I can tell you as well on top of that is, I've probably picked up 2 of our largest clients in this year, actually, and both of them have stemmed from from the stuff that we've done in the past. You know, we've heard that you helped this organization out, and, you know, they speak extremely highly of you. And, you know, the stuff that you're doing on social media for this client, you know, we love what you're doing. And, you know, what I've realized is a lot of the agencies nowadays, they almost want to charge for every second, every minute that they're doing work. But what I've tried to do is I've taken a more relaxed approach, and I've looked at the long-term vision, you know. And that has really paid off for us this year. Like I say, you know, we've picked up 2 huge clients. We're doubling revenue every year. We're growing our team. And nothing feels better, Brent, than actually running an agency like this. You know, seeing the success of your clients, seeing your team grow, having all the technical know-how, you know, supporting you in the background. It's going really well for us.
That's nice, man. And one thing that I think is interesting, right? A couple of years ago, you're using the VPSs. You were spending a lot of time kind of getting into maybe some of these technical details that weren't necessarily like building value for your agency, right? You were like solving these kind of behind the scenes problems. And just
Absolutely.
listening to you, I can tell that you're much more focused on serving your clients, delivering value to your clients, being a high value provider within the market that you serve. And I can't help but think that, you know, having the right infrastructure, so you're not distracted on, you know, outages or these issues with WordPress sites, you know, impacting other clients in your VPS. Like, I can't help but think that this is giving you some level of freedom to focus on these more important elements of your digital agency.
Absolutely. I mean, you've hit it on the head there. I mean, one of the other things worth mentioning, Brent, is, you know, we work with contractors as well. And some of our contractors in the past, you know, very technical guys, they're very, you know, we use DigitalOcean. That's the only thing that we use. And, you know, when they started getting more involved with our agency, you know, I said, you know, we use Cloudways. You kind of need to figure this out. And the only thing I can tell you now is all of these contractors have now moved over to Cloudways. So from a very techie perspective, if they're moving over, I think that says it all. You know, it's a great solution, and it saves everyone a lot of time and hassle.
That's awesome, man. So who, obviously you recommended this out to some of your developers. You talk about the Cloudways brand when you're actually interacting with your clients, which I also love to hear, but who would you recommend Cloudways as a platform for?
I would say agencies. If you're a digital agency and you're hosting websites or software, you have to be on Cloudways, to be honest with you. It makes your life easier. It saves you time. And to be honest with you, Brent, you know, taking all things into account, support times, monthly costs, maintenance costs, everything like that, it's actually a lot more cost efficient, not just financially, but actually getting your time back. You know, that's invaluable. And that's one thing that moving to Cloudways has given me.
Beyond just the time, did you notice that you had some savings on the financial side? I mean, obviously that's always a fun thing to highlight. For some agencies, depending on what they're moving from, you know, we can see huge cost savings. For some, it's more that time component. What was it for you all?
I think, to be honest with you, it was a combination of everything. You know, I can't sit here and just say it was a decision made purely on the perspective of finances. It wasn't. The decision was made purely on the convenience factor of, you know, being able to deploy websites quickly, stage them, delete applications, get the support. So to be honest with you, you know, saving money is a benefit, I guess, as a byproduct of saving time. And to be honest with you, nothing beats saving time.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of agency owners out there can resonate with that. I know most of us have very full schedules and full stacks of work, and usually there's a large queue of people that want our time and attention. So if we can free up a little bit of that, get you to focus on what's important, that sounds like a win-win for us and for you, and ideally for your clients as well, which this situation sounds like it's been a great accomplishment for you all. So thanks for being a big part of our community, Karim. Thanks for all the stuff that you all do at E-innovate for your clients, for your communities. Really cool to hear your story, and wish you all the best with your agency endeavors in the future.
Appreciate it, Brent. Thanks very much.
And that's it for today's agency feature. If you want to hear more of these awesome stories from digital agencies that are using Cloudways, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Please stay as a subscriber to our Facebook and YouTube channels. We'd love to hear from each and every one of you. So please leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. And that is our program for today. Until next time, I'm Brent Weaver.